My full name is Brianna. I go by Bree. I am 32. No, I lie. I'm not 32 yet. I am 31 years old. I was born and raised in Columbus, Georgia, C-Town, okay. I now reside in Greenville, South Carolina. I love it, love it, love it here. I am a workaholic. I work all the time. But I'm always working on something different because I'm always trying to do something more, be better, do more, the whole 9 yards. So that's a little bit about me. Y'all will learn more about me as we go throughout these episodes and stuff, like, and all that good stuff. Just to give you like a little background of my podcast, it is Girl Talk, Let's Talk. This is my baby. I birthed her in 2019, May of 2019. We started as a group on Facebook, and I just really wanted to be able to connect with some ladies. Sometimes we want to vent, we want to talk about things, but we get tired of talking to the same people. I have my girls, my best friends that I go to. We have a group chat. My sisters, I go to them all the time. But sometimes you just want to hear a different perspective from some people, or you just want like different opinions or whatever the case may be.
Sometimes your girlfriends and your sisters get tired of hearing you, okay?
In that part. So what I did was I created this group on Facebook, so like people will have a way, a space to come and just talk and vent, or if they just wanted to share some things that's going on in their lives, like that's what this is for. When I created this with the intent of turning it into a podcast, but I was not consistent. I can say, I'll be the first one to say, I wasn't consistent. I will post sometime, and then sometimes I go ghost, but I let life kind of get in the way. Like I said, I work 7 days a week, so I be on the go. But one thing I was adamant about this year was turning this into a podcast, because this is something that I really, really wanted to do. And I invest so much into everyone else and everybody else stuff that I just needed to take some time to invest into me and the things that I have going on. So here we are. And when I thought about doing a podcast, I was like, well, I don't mind talking by myself because I can talk, but it's so much easier to talk with someone else. Mm-hmm. So that's when I had the idea of bringing on a co-host, but I didn't know who I would get to co-host. So just a little background about my co-host, and I'm not going to tell much because I want her to be able to introduce herself, but I met her at my part-time job, Red 828, Greenville, South Carolina.
Yes,
on Pendleton Street, 1237 Pendleton Street, 29611. If you're ever in Greenville, or if you live in Greenville, come see us. We're open Saturdays and Sundays from 12 to 2 a.m. and Mondays through Fridays from 6 to 2 a.m.
But don't come if you ain't gonna tip. Sorry. But continue. Sorry.
Anyway, going back to what I was saying. So one day she was in the lounge, and I was actually serving her. I was her server, and we were like extremely slow that day because we was short staffed. And she was like, hey, do y'all need help? Are y'all hiring? I was like, yes, we need people, but nobody wants to work. They always say, hey, they'll come for one day, and then they won't come, So she was like, yes, I want to work. I got goals to meet. I'm always about my business. So I was like, okay, cool. So I talked to my manager. I gave her information. She's like, I'll come tomorrow if I needed to. And I was like, yeah, she's serious about it. So once we started working together, I started to get to know her a little bit more. We started talking, having conversations, and I was like, this girl is really, really smart and mature for her age. So I was like, okay, well, the only thing that I was like, I want to ask her. I want to see if she want to do this with me, because it's good to have someone's perspective that's younger, and then my perspective, because I am older than her. So when I asked her, she was like, oh my gosh, yes, I would love to, and then now we're here. So I'm going to give Ms. Z some time to introduce herself to you. My live just went off on Facebook, so I need to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to let her introduce y'all. Oh, it came back up? Okay,
God ain't going to let us down. Okay, see, look, I done talked to her. Sorry.
So, I'm going to give the floor to Z and let her talk, and then, yeah.
So Z, but my real name is Zakia. I am originally from Greenville, South Carolina, born and raised. I don't know why I keep saying I learned better. 25 years old. I am the baby of the family, and I act like it. I really do. When Bree came to me about this idea, I was so humbled and I was so happy to be a part of this, because one thing about it is, the first reason is I can talk. You give me an empty room, I can talk. So I was like, bet, you giving me a place to talk? I'm going to talk these people heads off. The other reason why I was so excited is just Girls Talk, Let's Talk gives an open forum for women. It's about women, by women, for women. It gives an open room, discussions. We talk about real issues which you all deal with. Family issues, society issues, pressures, depression, self-love, relationship problems, everything. And we're just open and we're real and honest about it. We're telling about our real life experiences, what we go through. And I think as the society we're living in, it's hard for us to be open and be honest without feeling that judgment. So when she came to me, I was like, yes, I want to be able to talk to women, have that open soundboard for each other, for you guys to talk to us, for us to talk to you, and just be there for each other. So that was my biggest thing. Another reason why I wanted to be here was just because I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm 25 and I'm learning. And I think for me personally, my biggest motto is live life and learn. I have made a lot of mistakes. A lot of my friends on this live can tell you I've made a lot of mistakes. But I live my life and I learn, and my mama always told me that. And so I think the biggest thing is just knowing that, hey, I'm not the only one that did this. I'm not the only one that failed. And sometimes you got to fall to fly. And that's the biggest thing I had to learn in my life. And I'm continuing to still learn and prosper. So I am super, super, super excited and so humbled to be here sitting next to the beautiful Miss Bree. And I won't bore you guys. We're not going to bore you guys too much. So let's just get into our first topic. And the first topic we want to talk about is dating and the pros and cons to it.
Whew. Okay, girl.
We might have to open a bottle for this. So
yeah, let's get us.
We're gonna open the bottle because another thing. One thing about a drink, I'm having. So I'm being classy tonight, y'all. So I'm going Stella. So we're gonna do our little glasses of wine. So get that done.
I'm feeling some type of way, y'all, because my Facebook Live is not doing what I need it to do. It keeps reconnecting and disconnecting, and I don't like that. But it's okay.
No, and her camera's better than mine on the side of iPhone, so
we gonna get it together.
But so first, starting with dating, I think before we can go into dating, the pros and cons of dating, we got to talk about what dating is first of all. You know, so I think dating means different things to different people, depending on what you've been through. Some people think dating is you are going on multiple dates with different people, enjoying their time, no sexual relations are happening, and that's it. Some people think dating is you having sex, and that's when y'all start dating. Some people think you're not dating until you're boyfriend, girlfriend. Some people think when you're sneaky links or friends with benefits, that's when you're dating someone. And some people think when you're just texting, that's when you're dating. So I think it depends. But we kind of talked about it, and like our overall consensus is, for us, and which we will be talking about what dating is pretty much when you're going on dates, enjoying time, building a friendship in a relationship with a person that's not sexual, and not just one person but different people.
Yes, it's building a foundation. Above anything, you want to build a solid foundation when it comes to, you know, dating or like just in general, you know. You want to make sure that you have a foundation. You have to set those right boundaries. You have to put up different barriers in certain stages of it, because you never want to feel as if one person is doing more than the other, or one person is taking advantage of you, or vice versa, right? So to me, when it comes to dating, I feel like it's okay for you to date around. You know, you don't have to date just one person. You can date multiple people at a time. Again, dating and sleeping with people are two different things.
Not to be confused.
That's not what I'm saying, okay? But ultimately, the dating stage is you're trying to get to know if this person is who I would want to, you know, go further with. If I want to take this to a relationship. Because dating and a relationship is not the same thing. So you have to find, it's kind of like shopping, you know, you don't go into the store and be like, oh, this the dress right here, I want this dress. No, you look through the little racks of clothes and you gotta try it on and be like, oh, this one looks okay, but let me see what this one look like. You know, that's kind of how it is. Like you have to try it out until you find what's right for you.
How do you start a lineup, okay? So you don't get disappointed in 6.
Listen.
So we kind of want to, after that, we kind of want to go into the pros and cons. So you guys, this is very much interactive. If you have anything to say, we will read it as we go along and we can kind of touch on it. Any questions, concerns, or comments? Well, no concerns, just happy things. But kind of want to go into it, but we just want to talk about the pros and cons. So I think personally, Bree is a little bit has more pros than cons on her dating because she is in a happy place. Like she's like, oh, and I won't say I love, but she's in a good place. And I'm just like dating, like throw up now or later, right? So I'm a little biased, but I want to let you guys know if you're like, hey, she ain't got nothing but cons, and I'm like, but we can start with that. So I'll let Bree kind of hit us off on some of her pros and cons on dating.
For me, I feel like some of the pros are getting to get to know different people. I'm a people's person. I love people. I love to get to know people. So like for me, just getting to know the different people, that's a pro for me. Mm-hmm. Even if it doesn't go anywhere, like even if I get to know you and I be like, look, we're not relationship material, but we're friend material. Like that's fine. Like it's always good to have a network. So hey, there we go. And that goes into my next one, building friendships. Like I said, I like long-lasting friendships. You know, I can meet you and we ain't even gotta be nothing. We can just be friends, and I'm cool with that. Cause I'm that chick that I don't require much. Like I don't require much, and I'm not too much. So a friendship is perfectly fine with me. The experience that you get. Now, when I say experience, sometimes
think about that Mercedes experience, okay?
Sometimes it can be a really good experience, and sometimes it's a learning experience. I ain't even gonna say a bad experience. I won't say anything is a bad experience. It's all a learning curve, you know. So it's the experiences that you get. Like I've experienced a lot of different things with people, you know, that we are now really good friends. Like it just didn't work, but we were really good friends together, and that's okay, you know. The support, you know, sometimes I'm not even talking about monetary support, because when I say support, people always go to that. Like, no, it's just having somebody that's going to motivate you, that's going to have your back no matter what. You know, sometimes you just need you just need somebody that you can release to, and having that person, that's amazing, you know. And the love, of course, you know, whether you're in love or it's just the love you have for someone. Whenever you're building relationships, that love that comes along with it. And I'm a sucker for love, so it's the love.
It's the love for you.
It's the love for me.
It's the love for her. Pros. I agree with all of that. I do. I actually do, y'all. Hey. I'm like, what do I have left? Literally, my list is like 2, and she took them. But I definitely agree with her. I think another thing, kind of touch on it. You have someone there for you. Like, we have our friends. We have our family. But it ain't nothing like 2 a.m. I'm in my hot girl stage, y'all. So I gotta. So coming home from the club. You don't want to call your homegirls. You ain't trying to call your mama. You can't call your mama because she gonna ask you why you out at 2 a.m. So, calling one of your friends or, someone you flirting with that builds excitement, kind of having those conversations, or just when you are bored and you want to just go have tacos, like, yeah, you have your friends, and I love my friends to death, and they're there, but it's something in having a friend or building a relationship, having somebody that's going to be there for you is a different type of connectivity that your friends would give, or having certain things and stuff like that. So I think that's it.
What type of tacos you eat? Like veggie tacos?
Girl, I love beef.
Oh, okay.
I've been obsessed with so let me say, if I cook, I only like beef tacos. But like my sister made the best quesadillas. I say quesadillas, it's quesadillas, I know, so don't try to correct me. But I go to my sister's house, she made the best. But if I cook, it's beef. If I go out, it's either shrimp or steak. I don't know why. What kind are you? You vegetarian?
I like veggie.
Yeah,